I'm really glad the NCAA changed the rules and we don't have as many practices and double sessions because I'm getting old. But I think when it's all said and done, I started off saying we got to grow as a team, develop an identity. Every team is different. You can speak as a coach and say what you want them to be, but it's not necessarily who they want to be. So you let them develop it. I think this team's developed their own identity. The one thing they are is they're extremely passionate about doing the right thing and extremely passionate about how they're viewed by people. So I think that's going to be a great start. From the football perspective, you get a little better each day. You overcome the minor injuries you have. New guys have to step to the plate, and I thought the progression there was good. And so we are where we are today, and we were about tomorrow. Yeah, as I said when we released it, is I felt very comfortable with both guys. Certainly, I thought Tyquel did win the job when it was all said and done. He's had more practice experience. Over the past couple of years, he was Joe's direct backup. Jack was 3, and so he got more reps in practice and preseason up until this year. And I think that did play a role into it. But Tyquel's a very good leader. He commands respect by his peers by how he handles things off the field, in the locker room. And I think his presence on the field will certainly be shown. He's got to understand who he is. He's got to play the next play, not the previous play. And it'll be growing pains, but I'm surely confident in his ability. Yeah, I think we sit there and say every day the mentally toughest team sets the rules. This team has set some awesome rules since January for their peers. And I think they're excited about showing that on the field. You really can't get caught up in all the other things that go around you. There's a lot of things. We probably had 5 or 6 guys lose very close family members this preseason, along with what went on in the world out there. You got to sort of come here. This is sort of your little haven and sort of time you can get away from everything and not worry about those other things. And I think this team has grasped that, and that's the attitude we want to have. And as we've said, we've got 7 home games. It starts a week from tomorrow to defend the Wolves' Den and make anybody that comes in here understand that this is a place that needs to be respected each and every minute of the game. Well, I think back in 11 and 12, we put 2 great years together. We changed conferences and went into the CAA, which were some different challenges, even though the Big South and Stony Brook was very successful. And I think this team really, and I talked about it a lot, and they got a little mad at me, but I said I want to stay relevant. And staying relevant to me was being successful start to finish. Certainly we have goals of playing in January, goals of playing in late December, goals of winning the championship for the CAA, and we're going to have them and we're going to strive for them. But to me, staying relevant means that we're able each and every week to be noticed by our peers. And at the end of the day, we get ourselves into the dance where anything can happen.
Just that whole group, they've had a chance to sit behind 2 talented guys in Donald Leontine, Jordan Gowans. They had a chance to sit behind them and just learn from them how they prepare for games, how they get ready, watching film, things like that. How they take to the offense. So the guys I've been dealing with, Isaiah White, Tyson Lawton, and Sabah Niket, they've been in the building with those guys. So they've taken to what we're trying to do, and they're really trying to put their own niche on it and move forward correctly. Yeah, mainly it's just the lifestyle, is the kind of what we try to get at is the mindset, and we really train that. We really focus on the mindset as far as being a running back here is, tough, hard-nosed, much like our head coach. I'm probably the nicest one out here, man. So those guys, they try to get rugged, rough, and, they want to play behind their pads, square shoulder pads, and we preach physicality more than anything. We want to be very physical, running behind our pads, and we want to do a good job of, being in tune with pass protections, things like that. And all those guys have taken to it. They've added their own flavor to, so they could be who they are. But everybody, kind of buys into what we're trying to do here. And it all starts with the head coach. Sure, I came up with it a long time ago. It stands for Faith, Family, Football. Integrity and character is something that we try to incorporate every day. Not just faith in a religion or anything. Like, we're really talking about faith in people just believing in you being the best that you can be. And family, we preach it all the time, and family for us stands for forget about me, I love you. We want to be servant leaders. We want to go out there and serve the team, serve the community here at Stony Brook, and serve one another. And then football is what brought us all here together. So we really focus on that. And integrity, we want to be able to do what we say we're going to do, and then character is just about being a good person. So we preach those different concepts every day, so the kids can really, try to have something to lean on, in tough times and, good times, bad times.
To be honest, with our entire secondary, I think we bring back a lot of leadership, like you said. These guys have played a ton of snaps for Stony Brook football, and I think that they learned from the players before them, and they've taken the standard of our room and raised it to a new height from a leadership perspective. I'm going to start with Sincere. Sincere is our starting free safety. I would say he's probably the quarterback of the defense. He runs the show back there. Tries to do everything right, and I think from a leadership standpoint, he's tried to elevate his game to the highest it can be. As far as EJ's probably has more potential than anyone in the room. His combination of size, speed, and athleticism is second to none. He's continuing to grow and get better every day, and I'm really excited for where he can take his game. Augie plays like a warrior. He plays with a different motor. He leads by example. He doesn't have to say much, and the guys follow him. He plays as hard as anyone as I've ever coached. LOW stands for Legion of Wolves. It was created by the prior graduates of Stony Brook, Jaheim Woods, Naeem Cheeseborough, and several other guys. And it was based off the Legion of Boom, which was the Seattle Seahawks, and it's kind of taken on a life of its own. These guys have built some camaraderie with each other, and to be honest with you, we just kind of feed to that because it's a brotherhood in that room, the corners and the safeties room, and we're extremely proud of it, and those guys wear it on their sleeve.
I think this fall went very well. We have a lot of young guys on both sides of the ball stepping up. Really impressed me this off-season and training camp. We want to be number one in the conference, in the whole nation. We want to be number one with everything. All that was in the past. There's a whole new team, whole new year, so none of that means anything right now. And I really love the guys on this team, and we're going to get to work this year.
Camp went really well for me. I feel good about it. I feel like the team is doing good. Everybody's doing good. I feel fine now. We expect to do the same thing as Jordan Gowans and Donnie Leah team. We look good, we practice good, we feel good, we're ready for the season, and that's about it. For this team, as what Ogie said, we're trying to be number one because I feel like we're most slept on and people don't know because we lost two good running backs. And my goals personally for this season is to become maybe a rookie of the year, maybe all conference. I can't wait. I'm really excited. Can't sleep at night. I'm ready.